Democrat Hillary Clinton broke a proverbial glass ceiling this month by becoming the first woman set to lead her party's presidential ticket. The Democrats already had a female vice presidential candidate. So did the Republicans. And another woman, Jill Stein, is now the presidential candidate for the lesser-known U.S. Green Party. It's been nearly 100 years since American women earned the right to vote. And though they found half of the U.S. electorate, women comprise less than a quarter of the Congress. U.S. First Lady Michelle Obama says women still have a long road to equality.
That our first job in life as women, I think, is to get to know ourselves. And I think a lot of times we don't do that. We spend our time pleasing, satisfying, looking out into the world to define who we are, listening to the messages, the images, the limited definitions that people have of who we are.
Mrs. Obama is hosting this first ever event, what the White House is calling the United States of Women Summit, with the support of her husband.
I may be a little grayer than I was 8 years ago, but this is what a feminist looks like.
The goal, to narrow the gender gap and to promote gender parity.
One of the main issues is equal pay. On average, women in the U.S. still earn 79 cents to a man's dollar for the same work. But there are now more women in the workforce than ever, and 2/3 of them are the primary breadwinners in their homes.
Women in the U.S. are also opening more small businesses than men, but accessing funding remains a problem.
We found our greatest investment when we invested in female entrepreneurs. There is a $300 billion credit gap, meaning access to capital that is needed for these female entrepreneurs. And if that gap was met, per capita income would grow by 14% in emerging economies.
The girls and women here say the sky's the limit, or rather, spaces.
Women can do whatever they set their minds to, and in particular in fields that may have been dominated by men for decades and decades, there's really no limit to where you can go if you're truly passionate and you work hard.
Women are now soldiers and doctors and everything in between, but the challenges they face are still plenty, including sexual, physical, financial, and mental abuse. Millions of women continue to live in poverty, and obstacles to employment and promotions continue to keep them down. The women here, among them U.S. lawmakers, say that needs to change.
When women succeed, America succeeds.
Rowie Ruttenberg, CCTV in Washington.